Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And tonight I have a fun technique for you using the Best Builder Dies. We are going to use the Best Builder Dies to create a faux tile technique. Kind of a cool technique. It's an oldie, but never done with the Plaid Builder Dies before, so we're going to give that a try. All right, it looks like we're good. I am live. Looks good. All right, so I'm going to change the camera and we can get started. Actually, this technique goes rather quickly. This is the card that I had on my blog today, and we are going to create this again tonight, but we're going to change up the colors. We're going to go with purples because purple tends to be the color everybody asks for when I ask for what color would you like to see the card in. So we're going to use Gorgeous Grape and Highland Heather with a little bit of Old Olive. So this is the faux, hi Judy, this is the faux tile technique. Using the new, these are just new in this new catalog we just got. It's the Best Plaid Builder Dies. We're going to use just this one right here. And it looks like I got to take out from the last time I used it. We don't want that in. So we're going to take that out. So this is the die that we're going to be using to create our faux tile technique. This is a stamp set that I chose. It's called the Beautiful Friendship. It's got the sentiments and the flowers, and I thought it worked really well with this technique. So first what you're going to do is you are going to cut a piece of the new adhesive sheets 5.5 by 4 1/4, and you're going to attach that to the back side of a piece of Whisper White cardstock cut the same size. Then we're going to come in with our stamps. So again, I have the Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, and Old Olive. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. If you learned a new tip, which I'm sure you will tonight, because the Plaid Builder Dies are new, please share. So I'm going to kind of stamp that on a little bit of an angle. And then I'm going to come in with the little smaller flower and just kind of fill in a little bit more in the center here. And that was the Highland Heather. It really, you don't see a big difference in color. And now we're going to come in again with the big ones. So when the card I had on my blog today, I have Real Red, and then I did Daffodil Delight in the center on that one. So you can really see the difference there. With the purples, you can't really see a big difference, but it does turn out very, very pretty. So now we're going to come in, and we're just going to add some greenery wherever. Looks good. So I have a few different leaves. And there's no right or wrong. I mean, every time I do this, I'll probably put different leaves here to there. It's going to always be different. Okay, so that looks good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take the die And you want to center that as best you can so that it's the same kind of all the way. And I'm going to get my plate here first for my big shot before I bring it in. Just because I don't have to stand up then if I can get this stuck down in place the way I want it. You want to kind of be precise with this or you're going to have crooked tiles. Trust me, I know. And then this is just a sticky note. And I want to hold that in place. So that it doesn't move. I want it, keep it just like that. Now we'll bring the big shot in. Let's put my plate on top. Trying really hard not to move it. And we're going to run that through. And I'm going to just go back, make sure that I got it good and cut through. You just ordered the die set. Ooh, you're going to have fun. I've been playing quite a bit with it. All right. Oh, see, some of my pieces already popped out. Now we got to keep our puzzle pieces in some sort of, because it is like a puzzle. So if you lightly just poke them down and keep them in place. We're done with that, done with this. If it really fell apart, you can kind of put your puzzle piece back together. Did this one flip? I think that one flipped too, right like that. Okay, so we got all our pieces of the puzzle back. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take a smaller piece, 4 by 5 1/4, and you're going to start laying your pieces out. And this is where the adhesive on the back comes in real handy, because you're just going to pick up and you're going to start laying those tiles out. I'm going to grab my glasses here so I can see what I'm doing. And you can go up, you can go across, however you want to do it. But you're going to just lay your tiles and you're going to leave a little gap. Very small gap. You can kind of see that in between all your little tiles here. I use the pick tool to pick up that adhesive back. So you're going to leave a little piece. I'm not really sure how this one was. I think it was like this. And don't worry if you come out short on the end. The main thing is to try to keep them all straight. This is the probably, let's see, how did that go? Like that. The most time consuming is putting this puzzle piece back together. So now when you start your next row, again, you're going to leave, just like tile, you're going to leave a little bit of a crack there between the pieces. And then it starts coming together pretty quick. But I do have a tip for you. When you choose your stamp set to do this technique, I found that it's best to have floral or a kind of a solid, because I'll show you the card I started with, the first one I did, and had some issues with it, and I'm like, I can't figure that out. And I will show you what I am talking about as soon as we get this together. Isn't that cool? Now you can see the tile. And I love the adhesive on the back. It just makes this technique go that much faster. No messy glue. Just peel and stick. I think back in the day when we did the tile technique, we used labels, sticky labels, you know, like address labels. And then you would hand cut them, each tile, with your trimmer. Or you could copy the labels over, depending on the size labels that you used. I think this is just super easy. Way better. All right, so we're last tile here. I think this goes like that, I think. There we go. All back in place. Okay, so what did I do first with the stamp set I chose that I found, you need to have a stamp set that is more solid. This was my first one I did, which was a Host Scenic card, which turned out pretty well, but I couldn't figure out what happened to my little bird there. All I got is just a tip of his wing. And my little son here from the lighthouse was kind of skinny, and it wasn't that way. Well, because when you run it through, this part gets taken out and you use all the pieces. So that's where my bird ended up. So that way, I went to the flower. Yeah, you lose it a little bit, but you're not going to notice it as much. So there's a tip for you. Okay, so we have it all stuck down. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to trim it. Get my trimmer. And you're going to want to trim all the sides, just because you might have not put it down very straight. So I'm going to take like 1/8 of an inch off all the sides. Okay, let's see here. So I want to cut this way, and I got to cut the bottom. Now, if you find that you need to cut more, just cut more and make your mat a different size. No big deal. You can cut it down as much as you want, whatever looks good to you. So there we go. That's all cut down. That looks good. So now we're going to make our tile. And what we're going to do, because if you look at my card, I don't know if you can see it. See how, yeah, you can see it. See how it's glassy? It looks just like ceramic tile that it's got that shine, that shimmer to it. Now to do that, you're going to take your Versamark ink pad and you're going to smush it down over the whole piece of tile. Until that looks pretty good. Then you're going to come in with your clear embossing powder. And you're going to get that all over. This is where it comes in tricky because you just want to hold the sides because you don't want your fingerprints or to miss a spot because then it's not going to be shiny. Then you're going to take your heat tool, and I'll just show you a little bit of it because it does get a little noisy. And I'm going to hold it in a tile corner here so it don't blow around. And I always stay in one spot until the gun gets hot and I see it changing color. And it's going to get very glassy and shiny. And that's what you want. See how it changes? And I think it does take a little bit longer because you really want that smooth, glassy finish. So you would do the whole piece, which I'll do off camera, and you're going to get this. See how glassy tile that looks? Then I have a piece of the Highland Heather, and we're going to mat that on there. Let's see, I'll just use my glue. If you love puzzles, you'll love this technique. It's like putting a puzzle together. Okay, so we're going to glue that down. My card base is the Gorgeous Grape, so we're going to fold that in half. Now, because it is Tuesday, the PDF file for tonight's card, it's the yellow and blue in the PDF, or the yellow and red in the PDF file, is on my blog, www.thestampcamp.com. With a minimum $25 order and the use of that hostess code, you are going to get all the PDF files for the entire month, all the Tuesday tips and techniques that I've been doing. So I've been doing some with the Plaid Builder Punch. So you'll have more tips and techniques to use that with. So that goes on there. Isn't that gorgeous? Then in the stamp set, I took the Birthdays Are the Best and the Stitch Shapes dies, whoops, and die cut that out. And then I have a little Gorgeous Grape scalloped edge. That's with the layering squares. I keep losing my Facebook people here. There we go. So I'm going to attach that, and I just have a little bit of that purple edge showing, and I wanted that because I don't want to cover up my whole tile, but I just wanted a little something. So I'm going to set that, I'm going to just let that dry up a bit, and I have a piece for the inside, so I'm going to take my little rose, where did I put those ink pads? Oh, right there. I'm going to take my little rose and in the upper corner here, and I would probably do it in the corner on the envelope as well. I'm going to take that green and we'll just put a little right there. That looks good. And we'll attach that to the inside. Where's all my purple fans tonight? I always have lots of purple fans. And we're going to pop this up. And we'll put that right there. I'm going to try to center it in my tiles. There we go. So there we have the purple and then the red and the yellow. What's your favorite color? Again, if you want the PDF file for tonight's card, it will be in the PDF is in this color. Go to my blog, www.thestampcamp.com. Here's the hostess code. Minimum $25 order will get you all the PDF files for the Tuesday tips and techniques every week. And let's see, does anybody have a birthday between now and Sunday? Sunday is June 28th, which is my 40th wedding anniversary. So I thought I would give away cards to any birthday people, gals out there who would like to receive one of these tile cards. Make sure that you comment, share, follow, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Stamp Camp, or Facebook page, The Stamp Camp. Let me know when your birthday is and send me your address, your snail mail address, so I can mail it out in the mail. So that is it for tonight. Make sure that you share, like, if you enjoyed the tip or technique. I appreciate that so much, and that's what brings people here to my channel, and it's what keeps me going. So I appreciate that, and that is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.